part of where some of this came from.
Hold on. Before we go on, I have to ask if I can block Jade because that's who was running her mouth in Kim's live the other day that you were.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
That you were doxing her, yeah.
Bye bye, Jade.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Your
Bye,
tickets.
Jade.
Your ticket's getting punched.
You got bus ticket.
So I want to talk about something that is a touchy subject, and that's the mental health aspect to all of this. We know that she's made claims to having stuff like borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, depression. She's given lists and lists of reasons why she can't work. Again, this is a very touchy subject, so we have to approach this very delicately. But that being said, the point that I want to make, I guess, is that she's also, or she uses her mental health diagnoses or self-diagnosis. Again, we're not going to speculate on whether it's an actual diagnosis or whether she did it or not. Regardless, and again, if she's watching, I really hope she is watching because, Crystal, that kind of behavior is not okay. Your outbursts, your anger, your racist, disgusting racist comments. I saw some pretty shitty videos where you had said some pretty gross things. You sit there gaming and you make comments that are very inappropriate. You blame people for your problems. You take no accountability. These are things that you can't just sit there and blame on mental health issues. You need to take accountability for your behavior, and if something is seriously wrong, then you need to take the proper steps that you need to take to make those things better. What you need to stop doing is trying to make people feel sorry for you on the internet, using that baby doll, and when that didn't work for you, when you weren't getting donations from that, you immediately went on to gaming, just like nothing had happened. Like you weren't just upset about the fact that you were grieving your son. The behavior is 100% sketchy. If you haven't watched Crystal, I suggest that you do watch Crystal. Again, the information that we're providing to you, as always, is just information that we're providing to you. We expect that you're going to take that information, you're going to watch, do your own research. Maybe you've already formed your own opinion, and a lot of people have. But please don't take our word for it. Please watch for yourself and see exactly what we're talking about. But I guess the point that I want to make is that money is not going to help this situation whatsoever. She can sit there and she can cry that she doesn't have this or she doesn't have that. There are resources available to her. We know this. She takes advantage of them. The situation that she's in is her situation alone. That was nobody. It's nobody else's fault that she's in the predicament that she's in, and her life is going the way that it's going. That's all 100% on her.
She's also been using, like everybody was saying in the comments, I was going to bring up the autism. She's got autism lately. She's been saying that quite a bit lately.
I think, God, do you still have the list of stuff that she was throwing around?
Let me see. I didn't
wrote it
write it.
down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have it written down.
Yeah, so words like social anxiety, bipolar disorder, epilepsy, depression, borderline personality disorder. She's got a bad back. She's got bad ankles. She's legally blind. She has OCD, and she's claiming autism as well. These are all things that she said on live, to tell people that is her reasoning for not being able to work. And yes, the seizures as well.
And
I
when they do get stuff donated to them, they don't get as many donations as they used to. I will say that. But there was a lady that took them like a whole bin full of stuff and a bike. The bin had food in it, a tent, I think, and literally they left the bike there. They left everything there. And then another lady, Melissa, gave her $600, and she freaking blew through that in, like, oh my gosh, a day. And everything that she bought, including a Christmas tree, was left in that house. Everything that she ever buys, she just leaves it there. We can get new stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to say that too. They're notorious for leaving stuff behind. Didn't they leave, like, they had a campground? They were camping and then they got a hotel room. And when they left the hotel room, they just left all the camping stuff there.
Yep, and they've had 2 tents donated to them.
I did that before too long. The other girl just said it. When she supposedly got that job at Dollar General and worked for a whole, I don't even know if it was 2 hours, 4 hours, but said that she couldn't bear standing on her feet for that long. A week later said they were walking from Florida to across the U.S.
She also likes to plan out like these meet and greets and tell people where she's going to be and ask people online and on Facebook if they want to meet up with her. And she doxes herself being stalked by people. Crystal puts all of her shit out there, all of it. And she will sit there and she will cry out to people that, you know, she's being stalked and they're looking her up and all of this other stuff, and that's not the case.
She says her address every single time she wants a food order. She tells the whole live her address. Every time.
Yeah. I saw the one video there where there was supposed to be a grocery order and Michael went to pick it up and it wasn't there, or the code didn't work, or it wasn't an order or something like that. And she was reading off every single detail on the live, including gave out the full name of the person who placed the order. So she doesn't seem to. I'm sure she has filters in there somewhere. She just completely ignores them, completely.
Lived everywhere. Is that not correct?
Sorry?
I said they have lived everywhere. They have lived in multiple states. Like,
Yes, and every house they've been in, they've left a description on them. I mean, with the landlords, and then the landlords will get on here and show the houses or whatnot, or even they've even shown it themselves because they show everything, and it'll be.
We've seen the state of like the hotel rooms and the state of even the place that they're living in now.
Or
It's
that house they rented with a Christmas tree.
right.
A rat that they put food on the floor to feed.
Well,
Yeah,
I was
it's
going to say,
right.
they're leaving food out for rodents.
oh, you're talking about the taco live. Yeah, I saw a video of that the other day.
I don't know if anybody caught it. I pretty much watched the whole thing last week. Michael went off on her on live. I mean, he was so frustrated with her.
Mm-hmm.
And everything he was saying was pretty much true. And she just sat down and went back to gaming like it went in one ear and out the other.
Yep. And not only that, while they were fighting, he must have thrown something and like turned her phone. And she's like, now I can't see my comments.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about the fucking
Yeah.
live?
She won't get up for
off live
nothing.
and fight with your man. Don't broadcast it.
Right.
She won't
She's
get up.
quick
He
to
has
throw
to be
that
her
wo-
slave. I mean,
Yeah.
personal slave. He'll be cooking and she'll be gropping at him while he's cooking because he checks his phone.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
she
when they
was-
were on live and the tags on the truck were dead and the cops were there?
Oh my God, yes.
I'm like, girl, get off live.
Remember when she was in the truck and she said that the cop was black. He was cool for a black guy.
Yeah, she said that.
Like, what?
Yeah, that was one of the things that she said in the one video that I was talking about while she was gaming. She was making comments about the woman being black, which is like irrelevant.
Yeah, Cass Data said, ask Cass if she remembers when they left the water out at the house in Kentucky and left.
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah, and they left the landlord with that big old electric bill.
Yeah.
I think someone said in the comments it was $600.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw something somewhere too where she was begging for money, but she had money in her savings on her cash app.
Yep, $200. She had $200 in there.
$242 in there.
I'm just gonna say, he is very patient when it comes to dealing with her because I'm sorry, ladies, you start acting like that towards your man, he's gonna pack his stuff up and bounce.
Oh, I said that in the comments.
Exactly.
My man would have walked right out the front door.
Yeah, she talks to him like a dog sometimes.
Yeah. She throws divorce out there every time they get into a fight.
Yeah, she threw a fit that night, the taco night, and she just totally left him high and dry.
Oh my God, someone made a comment and said, and it was my freaking video, and I can't find it because that account got bananaed. But somebody said you should really be nicer to your husband, and she flew off the handle and said, why don't you just go be with that hoe? And
Yeah.
Yeah, always accusing him of cheating with the ex, and you don't love me, and then gaslighting him so that he'll do something for her.
If you want to
mean-
repost it, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
what?
That's what I mean. She plays like this child, like, woe is me, you know, I have so many issues, but she's smarter than a lot of people think.
And then the stuff she's been doing lately that we said we wouldn't cover, which I'm sure Sam will cover, that she's been doing just this recently about her child to get money is terrible. But I'm gonna let Sam address that part.
What,
But-
the baby doll?
No, is that not what you were gonna address?
No.
It is part of the scam in a way, but it's kind of triggering as well. She's showing pictures of the child she lost being deceased and on live doing this and, you know, doing the crimes bill and all that kind of stuff so she can get gifts. And then, you know, a few minutes later, she'll ask for money, like I said, for another Walmart order or anything like that.
It's all, yeah, if you watch, it's all strategically planned. I mean, like it, and when it doesn't go the way she wants it to, watch how quickly it doesn't bother her anymore. It suddenly doesn't bother her. Like she's just able to move on to the next thing. Like it did. And you can tell that she's doing that because that's what she was using to try to manipulate people. Yeah, I mean, Crystal, you need to go and get yourself some really good help. Like you need to go and get yourself a psych, a therapist. You need to put in the work that you need to put into to get yourself better. And then you need to pull up your pants. You need to go get yourself a job, and you need to be, a respectable adult and do the things that you should be doing. You need to stop asking people on TikTok for money. I want to address the point that you had made in one of your videos saying that, you know, anti-scam, like, I know Cass had said, you know, that she said we sit in lives and talk shit and stuff like that. I mean, you also made a comment that we go after everybody that asks for money on TikTok, and whether they're an old person or a young person, you know, whether it's legit or it's not legit, that's not true. And again, that's another one of the ways that you're trying to manipulate people into feeling sorry for you, because we don't go after everybody that asks for money on TikTok. We watch people, and we watch people, especially like you, that take advantage of people over and over and over again on this app, and manipulate people. Sorry, I have a big vitamin in my mouth, so I'm trying to suck on it while I'm talking at the same time. And also, like, you know, you've done nothing, absolutely nothing in like the last 10 years to help yourself get into a better situation. That's nobody else's fault. That's your fault.
And you know what else? She says it, they all say it. I'm not begging, I'm asking. Okay, no. Asking for help is one, maybe two times. After you ask more than that, you are begging.
Well, you're definitely taking advantage, 100%, because you're not trying to find any other way to get out of your situation. Crystal, I'm going to tell you this right now, and you're probably not going to like it. If you're hungry and you need food, or your dogs need food, sell your PlayStation. Sell one of your devices. Pawn them. Sell something in your home. Like, do something to help yourself and stop acting like you're entitled to sit there and play video games all day while you ask other people to feed you and your animals.
Literally 2 days ago, Nookie has the video of her saying it's not begging because all she's doing is asking.
They literally,
Especially when you're getting public assistance.
I'm
Five
all
hundred
about helping people who are trying to help themselves.
$500 a month for two grown adults is a lot of food a month.
Hell yeah!
If
I
she's
think
got if she's got public assistance, does she not have Medicaid?
She should.
That's
She
what I'm
should.
thinking. She could
Yeah.
get
they
counseling.
And Crystal, we're not saying it for you to get therapy to be mean. Like, seriously, I really mean that with all I've got. Like, you need therapy or a psychiatrist or both because it would do
Need therapy. We're not saying it to be mean.
no, you want to claim all these mental issues, but get offended when people tell you to seek help.
Exactly. Make it make sense.
Nikki's saying that she doesn't get food stamps anymore. Why not?
Because
Do the recertification.
Someone said that you have to work.
her husband did not. His job was supposed to fill out some paperwork for it to prove his income, and he didn't do it in time, so they didn't get to certify in time. But that doesn't mean
AKA they were being lazy and didn't fucking do it.
And it's
Yeah.
just a matter of getting them that paperwork. That's it. Even though they say you have by this date, as soon as they receive the paperwork, they will.
reinstate it.
Yes.
Let's be very careful that we're not talking over other people while they're still talking, please, guys.
Oh, I didn't realize that anybody was talking.
She's also used the weather too. Remember when it rained really hard where they're at,
Oh yeah.
and they couldn't get out. They couldn't get anything, so they needed money to get like a food delivery.
Andrew, we're not blocking low accounts tonight, buddy. Somewhere.
For someone who's been outside, sorry, God. For someone who's been outside for literally 10 years, you can absolutely be outside and walk a mile down the road. Come on.
Well, and when we were, I mean, I'm just going to touch on it briefly because I saw it the other night. She was hugging and cuddling on that reborn, and as soon as she realized it wasn't getting her what she wanted, she just threw it down.
Yeah, and that was the point that I was trying to bring up there. Like it just as soon as it didn't serve her purpose, it was completely over, and she had forgotten about it. You know, like while she had just sat there and was like cuddling it and pretending to be really sad and stuff like that. And I just want to touch base on what Cass said too. Again, I mean, people can construe this as being hateful or whatever. That's not the case. I hope you understand that we do bring awareness to people that are taking advantage on this app, people that are lying, people that are not doing anything to help their situation. And we see that consistently, and that's when they get called out. That's when awareness gets brought towards them. But that being said, we don't wish anything bad for anybody. We want Crystal to do better. When we tell her she needs therapy, it is for her own betterment. It is not because we're making a dig at her mental health. It's not for any other reason except we want to see her take the steps that she needs to take in order to be better and be successful and be a respectful person. If you're continuing to enable and not encourage her or push her or support her in a direction that would help her, then you're enabling her to continue this behavior and this pattern that she's been on, and that doesn't get anybody anywhere. We can't continue to coddle people that aren't willing to put in the hard work to do the things that they need to do.
I really wanted her to come in and answer some questions, but I figured she wouldn't. But if you have that many medical and mental issues, why are you not getting a check?
Yeah, she acts really childish, and she can work on that. She can work on being better. I mean, you're taking food and throwing it on the floor for mice to eat.
Yeah.
You don't have enough food, but you're wasting food.
Well, Cass, to answer your question, came out right out her mouth. I believe it's on Nookie's YouTube page where I saw it. She claimed that she was put on disability when she was living with her grandmother as a child, and she didn't recertify, and she lost her check. She's been trying for years, and the easiest way for her to get it back is for her to go to a doctor, because through a doctor it's easier, which is not a lie. That is the truth. If a doctor diagnoses, it's a lot easier for you to get disability. But she claims she doesn't have any medical coverage to go see a doctor so that they can help her get her disability check.
I can guarantee you, and this is just speculation, that it wasn't disability. It was probably some benefits from somebody. I don't know. That don't sound right to me.
I would bet 100% if she has food stamps, she gets medical.
That's what I said. And also, if she was going for disability, they make you go see a doctor and they pay for it.
Well,
Yes.
if she has the medical, then she was raising $25 for her seizure medicine the other day, and I kept telling her it was only $9 on GoodRx, but she don't have GoodRx.
Isn't that an app that you can get? You can download
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And at my Kroger, they use it for you. They'll just pull it up on their phone if you don't have it.
Yeah. So if she has Medicaid, then it wasn't $25.
But she's prioritizing other things, and especially food. And again, I'm not going to shame people for the types of addictions that they have, but it's very clear, like Gotcha and I had mentioned earlier, that there is a food addiction here, and you see her get a little bit out of control when she's not getting what she wants. You know, she's asking for DoorDash, she's asking or dry begging, hinting around for KFC. Telling people that she doesn't have any food in the house, telling Michael that people broke into the house and took food. These are all things, and again, this is not to bully or shame or anything, but she's prioritizing in this case. The point I'm making is that the addiction is with food, so she's prioritizing that addiction to food. It's taking over getting bills paid. It's taking over paying the rent. It's taking over getting her medication. And those are things that, should be reversed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell she had a food addiction because she was crying about how people were making fun of her weight. Then it wasn't probably 2 to 5 minutes later, she was sitting there stuffing her face online, or she said she'd never eat again after that. She's not eating anymore. And then 5 minutes later, she's, stuffing her face again with food online.
I don't know if you guys saw her when they were doing the walk across for the veterans and.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was a lot lighter back then. This app has enabled her so much that she expects for people just to give her money towards feeding her. And like Sam said, or somebody said, she opened up her drawer. I think it was Cass that said it. Opened up a drawer, and there was tons of ramen in there.
Yep.
You can do so much with ramen; it's not even funny.
It would definitely last for her the few days of the week she had.
It isn't what she wanted. So, you know what I mean? Like that's I can tell you as somebody who's dealing with an old food addiction problem, that is part of, like, you have food, but it's just not what you want to eat at that time.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for that too.
Yeah,
She
100%.
even had this pizza. This pizza came, and she's like, and Michael's like, who ordered this pizza? And she's like, I don't know. And she wanted people to send her the money for the pizza, which I think that she ordered it herself, thinking that somebody would pay for it.
Right. So, I mean,
And the ramen drawer, she was saying that was for the homeless or her neighbors when they didn't have food because she don't eat it. She might eat one every once in a while, but she just gives those away.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there are different forms of addiction. We all know that, right? It doesn't always have to be with hugs or alcohol. There are other forms of addiction. Personally, people know this about me. I don't condone body shaming. I'm not. I don't think you're doing anything to help a person by calling them names or making disgusting comments about their weight. Again, I am one person. I understand that there are people that disagree with that, or there are people that just don't care. and we'll call names. That again, that's on you. I just know at the end of the day, that putting a person down in that way is not helping them at all. No, like there's no benefit. Calling, I could tell you as somebody who is a bigger person and just recently had bariatric surgery, calling somebody a pig or a cow or something like that does not make them think, oh my God, people think I'm really fat. I should really start losing weight and start eating right and exercising. It does the exact opposite. Okay, it makes you feel like shit. It makes you want to eat because you want to eat your feelings and your emotions. So I mean, we learned about all of this in school. So just be mindful of that. Guys, I know there are a lot of people that don't agree with me because there are a lot of people on Reddit that do say things that are very inappropriate, which is part of the reason I'm not a huge fan of Reddit. But there is also good information on Reddit if you look for it. But you can make somebody aware of something without going there. That's all I'm trying to say. There are other ways to get it out. Finder ways to get it out.
Well, the mods on Crystal's sub yesterday put the kibosh down. They said any more body shaming, any more crap talking about her like that, you're getting booted.
Right, and I have to do the same on my Reddit page for Nika Bell. I haven't been active on it, but I'm hearing from my other mods that people are really starting to go at it with the vicious comments. And again, I get it. It's snark. I get it's a snark page, so I agree a little bit of snarkiness, but when it's foul, disgusting, like saying that you wish bad things for people, that to me that's not necessary.
No.
Well, you can be snarky without being hateful.
Right. I agree. All right. Is there anything else that anybody else wants to bring up? Anything in the comments that you guys want us to address with Crystal? Maybe just a slight recap for the people that came in late. We discussed Crystal Miller. Also, I will be putting the live awareness discussion on my YouTube page, so if you missed the beginning of it, you can catch up and rewatch it over there. But Crystal does a lot of zero accountability. She's been in the same off and on homeless situation, no job, no money, no food for years and years and years. She's been begging on TikTok for quite a few years. She uses her animals, loss of children, traumatic things like that to emotionally manipulate people into helping her with funds. Her mental health issues, she uses that as well a lot as an excuse to not have to take care of things in the way that she should. Third-party donations, like saying that she's collecting on behalf of certain charities. She always has some idea for some way to kind of make money. Don't fall for that. These are all things that she shouldn't be doing. Lately, we've seen a lot of her just sitting on TikTok, gaming, yelling at people, yelling at Michael, behaviors, moods, all of that. It's a lot. It's a lot. It was a lot to go through today. With the extra research on top of what I've already seen her do on this app. But I just want to emphasize to everybody that you're not helping anybody on this app by giving them money. And if they're struggling that much, they will accept any resources or any sort of help in that way. That's not in the form of money.
Crystal, if you would just take that effort that you're putting into trying to get money on this app into your real life, you would do a lot better.
And also got to remember 90% or more on this app that are begging or scamming, they have an addiction of some kind. And you can look and tell it. I mean, and you don't want to be the last one to give them their last dollar to hurt themselves.
Amen.
Even if the addiction is just getting the money, that's an addiction.
Yes, it is.
And another thing that someone made in the comments, yes, Crystal is on Clapper doing the same thing.
Yeah. Does anybody know her Clapper name? Because I am on Clapper, and I will expose her out on that app as well.
Just Crystal 2.0, I think.
I want everybody, like, when you go into these people's lives, and you can most 90% of the time you can go into somebody's life and tell if they're gonna beg. Um, Look for the red flags. They're easy to spot. If you doubt the them being sincere of what they're asking for, 90% of the time it is a scam. They are straight begging. Just look for those red flags. They'll pop up. You'll see them, and if it looks doubtful to you, we don't suggest you give money on this app anyway. But if you do, please do your research so you're not giving to somebody. So just like
Put that
JC
name.
said, you're giving them their last dollar.
Yep. Put that name in the search bar. I guarantee you. And the very first thing I always do is offer a resource or two. And if you're muted or blocked for that, well, there's your sign right
I'm
there.
asking questions to clarify. Like, you guys know that people get insulted when I ask questions. I'm like, dude, I'm asking questions because I want to clarify. I'm not going to talk about a topic or give my opinion until I've clarified and I've gotten the information that I need to be able to do so. Somebody in the comments said she's never going to change. And listen, you might be right. You have to kind of think a little bit like an optimist and hope and pray that people will change and people will turn around. In reality, some do, some don't. We have seen people on here change their life around. Absolutely. We've seen people that were begging on this app that are no longer begging on this app. That being said, the bulk of the work has to be done within herself. So if she doesn't do it, she doesn't do it. But the point of all of this is to create awareness and to let people know that you're not helping her by financially supporting her. It's to let people know that she is in fact on here taking advantage of people constantly, and that she is in fact doing nothing to help her own situation, but expecting other people to bail her out. Do you know that if you help her with food or if you help her with a bill, that just tells her that I can misspend my money again and go back on TikTok and people are going to bail me out again? It's
Tim.
It's enabling 100%, and you're not helping anybody.
Yeah, and she might not ever change, but you know what? She doesn't get money like she used to at all. And we hold these lives to make other people aware, and hopefully it slows the donations down to where she has to do something. It probably won't, but
It
Drop
will.
this one down.
It will, Cass, because I've seen a lot on this app with our community helping other people out and helping them save their money. You can tell by walking into some of these people's lives that we're making $100, $200 a day. They are no longer doing that. They are lucky to get 30, $40. So we are all of us as a collective are making a big difference. And
her buying that budget binder. Like,
Oh,
girl,
I seen that.
that's not. You already ruined the budget when you bought the binder. Yeah, and then she had cash to put in the binder.
Somebody's got a loud TV or something in the background. Is it the new person I just let up?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know who that person is. I thought they had something to say, but I guess not.
Boop.
Okay, I think that's it for tonight, guys. I've got a busy week, so I don't want to sit on this forever. Again, I will post it up on the YouTube channel. Before you come at me, I still haven't posted the last two that I said I was going to post. I will do it, I promise. Just beware of what's going on. Again, please, we implore you, do your research. Please do your research. If you're looking for ways that you can help without doing anti-scam, or love you too, Sue, without doing anti-scam or without creating videos because you're not very technical and you're not sure what to do, feel free to repost videos. Nookie, Cass, Gotcha, Christina, Virgo, Enablers, everybody, JC Lane, everybody that's creating this type of awareness. You have our full permission to take our videos. If you take my video, give me credit. I'm just going to say that because I do work hard on my videos. But feel free to repost them. If you're going to screen record them and use them, then again, just say that I made the video. I'd appreciate it. But get the awareness out there. If you lose your videos on TikTok, you can post them on Instagram or Reddit, or YouTube, and you can tag people in the comments of our videos and say, listen, red flag, this girl does this all the time. If you know a really good video from somebody and you want to make somebody else aware, tag them in the video and, make them aware. Send them a message. Ryan Ray likes to send people messages and say, hey, just so you know, be aware. Sometimes she gets told to F right off and mind her own business. Sometimes it's effective. So it's a chance that you take. Also, you can say things in the chat of the lives. You're going to get blocked. You're going to get muted, 100%. But I always say that if 20, 50, 30 people see your red flag before it gets muted or blocked, then that's awareness, right? So
Correct. Before everybody starts rolling out of here, I just want to say, come watch Sam's live, 8 p.m. Tuesday on Hype Queen Violet.
Yes.
You guys definitely need to come in for that. That one needs
That one's
a
gonna be,
lot of
yes.
awareness brought to her. The rabbit hole with that lady goes very, very deep, and it's a long one.
That's going
So,
to be an epic live.
so if you're not following Sam, follow Sam so you can get a notification when she goes live. It's gonna be a very interesting one. There's a lot of people coming out of the woodwork on that one.
why don't you comment a couple more times before we end as well? If everybody can throw Gotcha's back up a follow. Anybody else that's needing followers in the boxes, post something in the chat and people can grab you up. I know it's harder to follow people in these kind of lives, but it's important to me that we do not do gifts during live awareness discussions. This is business to us. This is, where we're getting the good information out to people. It's not just a live where we're sitting around in Cass's box and joking around and stuff like that. That's when you can gift people. But I don't do that in my lives. I don't think it's necessary in order to bring awareness. We're not here for the gifts. We do this out of our own time. We do this because we're passionate about what we do and what we believe in. The live for Violet is on Tuesday. Sorry, my YouTube, people are asking. It's the same as my name on here. So it's Samantha.nowheretogo is the YouTube. If you look on my profile as well, this profile, there's a video that promotes the YouTube channel. So you can get it there. My Reddit, I think Reddit and Instagram are the same as well. Samantha.nowheretogo. Reach out to any of us if you have any questions, concerns, or anything like that. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for an epic live. And then we're going to